Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're gonna take a look at a very good Great League team here, which I went 24-1 with, even though my opponent catches the move here on the 6th turn, which doesn't make any sense at all, but my opponent definitely knows how to play. Yeah, I went 24-1 with this Great League team. I really wanted to play a good team again. I didn't really I thought of, oh, I'm gonna use some spice now, but there was nothing that I really wanted to use in Great League in general, and I kind of wanted to make still another good video about Great League. So I went ahead and thought, okay, what do I want to use? And there was one Pokemon in particular that I really wanted to try out, and this is Shadow Swampert, which kind of lost some potential recently. In general, I haven't seen it that often, but yeah, it's insane. We have Earthquake on this. I would also recommend you to run Earthquake on this Pokemon because you can nearly one-shot in Registeel, with Mudshot damage, you one-shot it immediately, which is amazing. And against Azumarill, still the Earthquake is neutral and does nearly the exact same damage as a Sludge Wave, so there is not a big drawback from that. And yeah, in general, Earthquake seems to be the way better move. You still win the 1 versus 0 shield scenario against a Trevenant going straight Hydro Cannon, which is insane. Yeah, Shadow Swampert in general, Shadow Swampert is way better than normal Swampert in my opinion. Both are good, but I think for normal Swampert you might want to still have the Sludge Wave, because the normal Swampert doesn't have those breakpoints basically. It doesn't do as much damage that you can one-shot things that you can one-shot nowadays with the Earthquake thanks to the Shadow bonus. So I would recommend you to rather go for the Sludge Wave on the normal one and the Earthquake on the Shadow one. And we saw the European qualifiers there, the international championships in Frankfurt, and we saw some teams with Swampert that really impressed me, which just it just worked so well for nearly everybody. It was one of the most one of the best Pokemon there, which kind of underrated. Here, by the way, we face a Grasshole team. Of course, we have the Swampert in the lead, which is good against the Bastiodon, but they have still 2 shields left here, because of course I didn't throw a move against Groudle because I can farm down, and I'm just wasting my opponent's time and then swap out into my Sableye, hoping that they would swap out into their other Razor Leafer, which they're gonna do here, which is amazing, which now allows me to realign also my Skarmory against him, which really helped me. If I didn't do this move there of stalling the time and go into my Sableye, I would have lost this match, because my Swampert will not be able to get rid of the Weeping Bell. Weeping Bell, as you saw there as well, is pretty decent against the Sableye. It can just farm down all the way. So this was a very smart move on my part and helped me to win this match. And yeah, Shadow Swampert in general is so amazing. Spammy with the Hydro Cannon does even nearly everybody has to shield against it anyway. It's so good, it's so amazing. I can definitely recommend you to get one again if you haven't had one yet. And we play, of course, a team that's a very old school. This team has been around for ages, basically since Go Battle League is a thing. Swampert with the Hydro Cannon, then the Sableye is a safe swap, and we have the Skarmory in the back. Skarmory plus the Swampert is the perfect pairing, basically. You have perfect resistances. Basically Skarmory is weak to electric type moves, to fire type moves, and I think that's basically it, actually. So both of them, the Swampert resists. Swampert is only weak to grass type moves, and that's double times. And Skarmory resists both of them also double times with both typings. So this is just the main standard team. This is not a creative team, but this was not my goal. I wanted to see if I can make an effective team again with the Swampert, and of course we have to utilize those Pokemon or this teams that we already knew from prior. One problem might be for this team might be Walrein. I actually didn't face, I don't think I faced a lot of them. I think 2 or something in total. I don't know, wasn't that common in this day. But if you are kind of scared of Walrein, maybe try something like the Registeel in the back. I think it might be good. Stuff like this in general might be a little bit better there, but still, of course, Walrein gets hit hard by the Earthquake, still has a very neutral matchup. It still wins against Sableye, but it's a kind of neutral matchup against Sableye. That's a thing with Sableye and the Walrein matchup, no matter if you have a Shadow or non-Shadow. The 2 shields you always lose, as it just outspams you, which is kind of annoying. It always gets to the moves faster than you. Against Azumarill here, you can see how good we are still at spamming the moves, so we can KO this thing. Like, you don't really have any problems against Azumarill whatsoever. Against this Toxicroak, we can swap out into our Sableye now, as we got the last shield, and they have a Quillfish in the back, which we can just return, and this is gonna be a good game there. I didn't tank the entire week before as well, like those battles were just like on my normal elo there. I guess I played my weird team, which you saw most likely prior already with the Ho-Oh, which kind of dropped me some points, but still like 24-1 is insane. And I think we should see maybe now the match that we lost. I don't know, it's somewhere in this range when I edited it. I had to like edit out a lot of wins here as well, because like I had like I think 1 hour and 10 minutes of gameplay because I played the entire day with it. So yeah, we have our Sableye now against the Toxicroak. They come into their Mandibuss. I think this might be difficult to win. But also we have some energy advantage here, which might help us out, as we can return them twice most likely as they go for the foul play here. And no, actually they get to the move. I think so, I survived this. I don't think I have to shield. Never mind. Okay, maybe this was a misplay. I think this was a misplay. Oopsie. And I think, yeah, okay, yeah, completely misplayed this. I forgot about this. Yeah, don't blame me, please. I'm just gonna swap out to my Skarmory. They throw their move, it's fine. But unless they have a Bastion in the back, we will win this. And yeah, this is the game we lose, which we actually had a decent start into it. I kind of misplayed on the Mandibuss, to be honest, several times there, plus swapping in. Like, I didn't expect, like, Bastion was not really the Pokemon that I have seen a lot of times recently, just because the Registeel got so common, even though Registeel would also be very difficult for me to beat here. So I'm not really paying too much attention on this deck. I don't really expect it in the deck, and like, no, it just kind of hit me off guard. Of course, we get denied here. By the way, like the newest version, I mean, you see this, like you see this on a Sunday most likely, while I talk on a Friday. The newest version is supposed to fix the denies and like the sneak ins and whatever. Like, it should always sneak in, but we have to see if this actually comes into play. Right now, the version just got released when I'm talking here. Maybe it's already live, who knows. But we see this Crafty here from my opponent. We can go for the Hydro Cannon, as this Hydro Cannon gonna not connect, but the second one might connect. And it does not either, but we still got him into range for one return. I think this or one return should KO him, and they go for Power Punch against my Scrafty. They go into the Registeel, where we have the foul play, which of course going to be able to do some decent damage. It looks like it's a 2-shot with some additional quick move damage, as we're going to shield up the Zap Cannon here. We have some very nice lag there. Amazing gameplay. But actually, like, for me, like, there was not a lot of lag today. Also the recent days, like, it was better than it was prior, to be honest. So like, I'm looking forward to it. Right now, when you see this, most likely they're gonna be regionals, so like, check that out. I'm most likely gonna post something about it or whatever anyway on either Twitter or here. I hope those go well. Like, for me, it's tomorrow then. And we have a lot of regionals coming up. Like, I think the week afterwards is nothing, but the week afterwards is Lille. And then we have Bremen at the end of the month, which I still don't know if I can go there. We have to see. I would love to go there, but I don't know yet. And yeah, we see the Swampert and Scrafty in the lead. We can go for the Hydro Cannon, as this is going to be able to do some decent damage against them, of course. And they actually let it go, which is nice. We're gonna catch the move on our Sableye, as Sableye gonna be able to take those moves pretty easily. You don't really want to catch moves on a Shadow Swampert, to be honest. While we see the Skarmory coming in here, which I actually kind of like, as we're gonna be able to spam those foul plays. And foul play does still a lot of damage, basically 2 shots the Skarmory anyway, as we're gonna get the shield here back, and we're gonna get him low, but sadly my opponent gonna be able now to farm me all the way down, but we can tank the moves anyway on our own Skarmory, even if he goes for one Brave Bird here. Brave Bird does like 40% or something, which is fine for us, and we see the Venusaur coming in. They want to catch the move, but they weren't able to. So we're gonna be able to go now for the Earthquake against the Venusaur, which definitely KOs. So they don't shield because they know that they need the shield anyway there. Like, they had to hope that I don't have an Earthquake there. We see the Trevenant in the lead, which is of course not a good thing for us, but they go into the Empoleon, which we have a pretty decent matchup anyway against. We can go for some nice foul plays here. Aligning on his charge move. We get the shield back, and we can go for another foul play. We should be able to get the shield here anyway, and we should be able to realign as well. They shielded up, and we have now a Sempita. We're just gonna realign. Like, we can win back switch advantage, which is really nice for this team, as we can now have the Trevenant against our Skarmory, well, they have the Registeel against my Swampert, and we can go for one foul play here already. Does one Focus Blast KO a Swampert from a Registeel? This is the question right now. We will find out shortly. It's a Shadow Swampert and still easily survives this move, as we can go into our Skarmory against us Trevenant, going for one Sky Attack. Sky Attack should be able to KO the opponent here, and we're gonna be able to win this match pretty easily, I think, as we still have our Skarmory against this Registeel. They have to throw a move. We can go for a Bravebird actually, as Bravebird should do a lot of damage. Like, you underestimate Bravebird's damage, and we're just gonna be able to finish a Registeel off with a Skarmory, which is kind of hilarious because, of course, they have super effective moves. We have unresisted moves. We see another Azumarill in the lead here. Azumarill, again, you have to decide: do you want to shield? Do you want to bait? Do you want to? What do you want to do? Here's my opponent just going straight for the Ice Beam, letting me know that I can survive the move. So we go for the Hydro Cannon, get the bait done, and we can go for one Earthquake now, which is gonna be able to do some massive damage to my opponent. We catch the Ice Beam onto our Sableye, which is amazing, as we're gonna be able to now have some nice pressure on him as they go into this Stunfisk, and they go straight for the Rock Slide, which is not the right play, as we're gonna be easily able to survive the Rock Slide as well. And we can now go straight for the Foul Play, and this Foul Play going to be able to do a lot of damage, putting him into range for Farm Down, and he can only go for one Rock Slide, which he doesn't get to another one. And we should be able to even get to another move with our Swampert here against the Azumarill, but we just gonna store this move, go into our Skarmory. We can shield this move up. We just gonna get some extra energy, and I want to store the move from the Swampert just in case he has something good against me in the back. But turns out my opponent most likely had like a Grass type in the back, and they just surrender anyway. But yeah, we see the Nidoqueen in the lead. Of course, Nidoqueen is super good to see for our team, as we have basically 3 Pokemon that all beat Nidoqueen. I mean, it's kinda iffy with the Sableye actually, because Nidoqueen is completely broken. But yeah, still Sableye is pretty safe against it as well. Against the Azu now, we're just gonna go for some nice Hydro Cannons. We don't get the shield there, but we can swap into our Skarmory, as again, we don't really care too much about like in general, like the switch event here, as the Nidoqueen has nothing against my team anyway. They go into their Medicham and they let the move go, which I didn't understand at all. Like, for them, they should have banked that I have something weak against Medicham and whatever in the back, but I don't. So like, for me, I can go for another move here, get the shield. I can let them go through here, and I don't really care too much, as we still have the Sableye for the Medicham there, as we go for the Hydro Cannon here, and we should be able to win this game pretty easily. I mean, yeah, we know you're gonna not see any more losses, as we went 24-1 with this team, so yeah, we can just go for the Hydro Cannon. It actually bothers me that I didn't go 25-0, because I think I could have been able to do this. I mean, like, I misplayed the one game a little bit, so it would have been cool to have like a new highest win streak, but I think I had my loss in the 4th match. I don't think this was the highest win streak then for me. I have to see. Yeah, I got a 17 win streak with this then, which is kind of sad. Would have been cool to have a 25th, because like this would have been my highest win streak ever. But it's still okay, it's still fine. We see the Swampert here against us, and we can go for some nice heavy damage with our Saber. We actually let this go, as our Swampert now gonna be able to do some nice damage against it. I don't know why. I don't know if it was actually the right decision to let it go through, to be honest. I think the Sableye might have been the better shield option there, but it's fine. We still have our Sableye, his Sableye now against our Swampert. We can go for one Hydro Cannon. They shielded up. It is fine, as we can go for another one. They are not supposed to win CMP here. Like, there is next to no way that they win CMP there, I think. Which is kind of sad, unless they may be a Hundo. I don't know if this works out. And now we kind of are in a bad position. Like, I don't see how we can win this game anymore, to be honest. Didn't I go 24-1? They have Rock Slide on the Deoxys, which is kind of cool, but still, like, Deoxys has a lot of health left. Bravebird does a lot of damage, but not enough. They can go for another move here. It's gonna be the Rock Slide again. This looks really tough with the Swampert here. We can farm him down barely with a much damage. If you have 1 HP in a Dream, can go for a move against the Sableye, go for the 0 bubble flex and win the game with 1 HP and Dream. And now the last few matches are so insane. This is the most insane match that I had. Look at this, by the way. We have Jason in the lead, which is kind of awkward to deal with this team. It's not bad to deal with this team, but it's awkward to deal with this team. They go straight for the Shadow Ball. We can go straight for the Earthquake here, and I know that we're going to get the next Earthquake at the same time as they go to their next move. And let's look at this piece. Boom, this thing is gone, and next up, what's coming in? We see the Talonflame coming in, and we have our Hydro Cannons for this thing, of course, as we can get the last shield there. They can go for one move there, all fine. Let's see what they have in the back. They're gonna try to catch the move now onto their Registeel. Look at this Earthquake. We have 100 energy, and boom. And for the last time, we can boom this Talonflame, winning the game with just our Swampert and no other Pokemon, destroying a full meta team of 3 Pokemon. Thanks for watching, see you in the next video, have a great rest of your day, and bye!